Pisces, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your monthly reading for the month of July 2021. But before we begin, I would like to let you know that I do daily video horoscopes that I post on my YouTube channel every single day. I do weekly video horoscopes that I post every single week. And I also do monthly sun rising sign horoscopes that I post every month as well. You can watch all of them. And I also request you to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. Now, Pisces, as we enter the month of July, we have a lot of planets in retrograde. We have Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, and Neptune retrograde, which means July is a month where we will do a lot of reviewing, reprocessing of things we worked on, thought about in the past, and it is also a month where we will receive the rewards for the work that we put in while these planets were direct. So that's the energy as we enter the month of July. And we are also in the new moon solar eclipse energy that happened in the sign of Gemini at 19 degrees, which was a new beginning for you in your house of home. It's your fourth house. Gemini is your fourth house, Pisces. So there was a new beginning for you when it comes to your family, your emotions, your roots, where you come from, all these things. And till July 9th, this will be the energy that you will be working on. Home, family, foundation, your deepest emotions. And let me also mention the eclipse that happened on June 10th will stay with us for at least 6 months. So while till July 9th, till the new moon in Cancer, this energy will be very potent. For the next 6 months at least, you will be focused on these things, Pisces, the Gemini related things, which is your fourth house of family, foundation, deepest emotions. Okay. Now, moving on, let's talk about the month of July. Now, the first significant event in July happens on July 9th, and it is the new moon in Cancer. Now, a new moon brings with it new beginnings. It's the time where we seed things, where we plant things for them to grow in the future so that we can see something grow over time. It's the very beginning of something. So, for you, Pisces, this new beginning is happening in your fifth house of love, romance, creativity, children, pleasure, hobbies, fun. So there's a new beginning in this area for you. And this new moon in Cancer is different. We have a new moon in Cancer every year around the month of July, right? But this one is different than it has been in the past 2 to 3 years. And that is because Saturn right now is in Aquarius. From 2017 to 2020, Saturn was in Capricorn, the opposite sign of Cancer, where the new moon is taking place. It was right here. So every time there was a new moon in Cancer, every time you wanted to start something new, have a new beginning when it came to love, romance, pleasure, children, creativity, it felt challenging, it felt difficult, it felt like you were restricted, it felt like there could be delays. And that's because Saturn was opposing the moon. And from 2018 to about 2020 May, 2018 October, November, I'm not certain which at the moment, I think it was November. The nodes were in Cancer and Capricorn as well. The nodes, the North Node and South Node, they were in the Cancer Capricorn axis, which means that every time there was a new moon in Cancer till not last year, but the year before that, till 2019, we had an eclipse in Cancer Capricorn. Even last year, the eclipses were in the Cancer Capricorn axis, and eclipses can feel challenging, especially if Saturn is next to a node, which it was, because Saturn was in Capricorn. Long story short, this new moon, this new beginning will feel easier, it will feel lighter, things will flow more smoothly. And this new beginning for you, Pisces, is in your house of romance, children, creativity, pleasure, hobbies, fun. So that's July 9th. And moving on to July 11th, we have Mercury changing signs. Now, Mercury is right here at 29 degrees. This chart is for 10th. So on 11th, Mercury is going to leave the sign of Gemini and enter the sign of Cancer. And this means your mind, your mental energy, all your communication, all your thinking will be focused on fifth house matters, which are what? Love, romance, children, creativity, having fun, pleasure, hobbies, all these things. That's going to be the focus for the next 2 weeks. And then Mercury is going to enter your sixth house. So that's happening on July 11th. Then moving on to July 15th, we have Chiron going retrograde. Now, Chiron is our deepest wound. It is also how we heal. But Chiron heals us in a very bittersweet, peculiar sort of way. It does not always feel easy, the healing that comes with Chiron, because it heals us by wounding us more. With Chiron, we reach a point where we begin to say, it used to bother me, it doesn't bother me anymore. And it's not ignorance, it's not indifference, it's not being numb, it's just that you're healed. But that healing requires digging the wound deeper and deeper and deeper, and that's how Chiron heals. So when Chiron is direct, which it has been for a few months till July 15th, that active healing process was on, which means that active wounding process was on. But now when Chiron will go retrograde on July 15th, that active process of healing, that active process of wounding will stop. Now is the time you embrace the healing, imbibe the healing, understand the healing. And this for you, Pisces, is happening in your second house, which means this healing, this bittersweetness is connected to your monetary possessions, to your self-worth, values, and skills. So that's July 15th. Now moving on to July 21st, we have Venus changing signs. Venus is going to enter your seventh house. It has been in your sixth house for the past 20-25 days. So up until July 21st, I think since June 27th, it has been in your sixth house. Since June 27th. And since then, Venus has given you blessings, gifts when it comes to your health, your job, your diet, your day-to-day routine, your habits. It's also made you more receptive to those areas. And now, beginning on July 21st, when Venus enters the sign of Virgo and enters your seventh house, you will receive blessings, you will receive gifts, you will be more receptive to matters associated with your relationships, with your marriage, with your business partnerships and legal issues. And Venus is going to be here for about 20-25 days. Then on July 22nd, the Sun is going to change signs, which means it's going to change houses for you, and it's going to enter your sixth house, Pisces. And for the next 30 days, the matters that will be illuminated, that will be the focus, that will be brought to light, will be matters of your health, your job, your day-to-day routine, your diet, your exercise, your daily habits. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening. And then on July 23rd, we have the most important event of the month of July, and it is the full moon in Aquarius. It's happening at 1 degree of Aquarius right here. Okay, now let's talk about what a full moon is. A full moon is when the sun and the moon are opposing each other, making a 180-degree angle. Now, the sun is our identity, it's our consciousness, it's our soul, and the moon is our emotional body, it's our emotions. And they're conflicting right now, opposing each other. So full moon energy typically feels stressful. It's a point where we release things also, emotional release. However, that being said, it is a point of culminations. It's a point of completions. It's a point of clarity. It's the night, it's the brightest night in the sky. So you can see things clearly on a full moon. So for you, Pisces, this full moon is happening in your 12th and 6th house, right? The moon's in your 12th and the sun's in your 6th, which means that it will really bring to light matters associated with your health, job, diet, exercise, day-to-day routine habits on one hand where the sun is, and on the other hand it will bring to light your spirituality, your subconscious mind, perhaps the closing out of the past, a past cycle. It can also bring to light matters associated with drugs, delusions, deception, lies, addictions, because the 12th house is all those things as well, if that applies to you. Now, that is the basic energy that will be illuminated. However, there are few things you may find clarity on, a deeper understanding about, and those are the following. The first is the event that happened on July 9th, the new moon in Cancer. At this point, you'll be more clear about what that beginning on July 9th was for you. That beginning in your fifth house connected to children, romance, love, creativity, hobbies, pleasure, fun. So that's the first thing. The second thing is what happened on Feb 11th. We had a new moon in Aquarius. I think it was Feb 11th, but around Feb. New moon in Aquarius, and that was a powerful new beginning in your 12th house, a new beginning for you in your spirituality, in your subconscious mind, in ending the past, because the 12th house is where the past closes out as well. And if drugs, delusions, addictions, drugs apply to you, then those as well. The 12th house is also the house of monasteries, of hospitals, of all those sort of things. It's the house of isolation. So there was a new beginning in these areas, Pisces. And now with the full moon in Aquarius, you're able to see that beginning with more clarity. And this new beginning also ties into December 20, because Saturn and Jupiter conjuncted in your 12th house of what I just mentioned: spirituality, subconscious mind, the past closing out, drugs, delusions, lies, addictions, depression. And if monasteries and hospitals somehow apply to you, places of isolation itself, all these things apply to you, those as well. And now is the point you're seeing all these little beginnings that you've made with more clarity. You're understanding them, you're deeper into them. So that's what's been happening on July 23rd. And then on July 27th, we have Mercury changing signs again. Like I said, for the past 2 weeks, your mind was focused on children, romance, creativity, hobbies, fun, pleasure. And now it's going to enter your 6th house, Pisces. And your mental energy will be focused on diet, health, job, exercise, day-to-day routine, habits, all these sort of things, your health. Your mental energy will be focused in these areas. Your communication will be about these things. And this is also the house of service. So like I said, job, service job. Yeah. And then on July 28th, Pisces, Jupiter is going to retrograde back into Aquarius. Okay. Now, Pisces, let me talk about Jupiter a little bit for you, because this is important. Now, Jupiter has entered your sign. It entered your sign on May 13th or 14th, depending where you were at in the world. And Jupiter comes into a sign after 12 years. It's a 12-year cycle almost. So it's come into your sign after 12 years. And when it comes into your sign, it brings with it blessings. It brings with it gifts. It brings with it healing. It brings with it some lessons that you may need to learn. So Pisces, Jupiter has been retrograde since June 20th, and now it's retrograding back into Aquarius, which means it's leaving your sign and coming back into Aquarius, but it will come back into your sign, and that process of healing, giving gifts, blessings will begin again. But now that it's retrograded back into Aquarius, Pisces, you will receive gifts for the work that you have already done in the past, connected to your subconscious mind, closing out the past, your spirituality, connecting to the higher realm. And if drugs, delusions, addictions, depression, lies apply to you, then those as well. And like I said, this is the house of hospitals, of monasteries, of isolation, of isolated places. So all those things as well. It's going to bless it, it's going to heal it, it's going to give you gifts associated with these things. So that is what is happening. And then on July 29th, Mars is going to leave your 6th house and enter your 7th house. Mars has been in your 6th house for the past 40 days up until July 29th. Now when Mars moves through a particular house, it re-energizes it, it reinvigorates it. And for you, this is your house of health, of your diet, of your routine, of your job. And it has been reinvigorating this place. It has been reinvigorating this space for the past 40 days. Now it's going to move into your 7th house, and Mars comes into a particular house after about 2 years. So you're seeing this energy after 2 years. And on July 29th, it will start re-energizing, reinvigorating your house of marriage, relationships, business partnerships, and legal issues. So that's the energy. That was the astrological overview for you, Pisces. Now, if you want to know, I will pick a card for you, but before that, if you want to know a more long-term sort of reading for you, for example, where is Saturn and what does it mean for you? Because Saturn is a 3-year cycle. It will put in place, make you work hard towards a certain area of your life for 3 years. So that's an underlying theme, no matter what changes day to day, month to month, that's the theme you're dealing with for 3 years. So this is what I mean by long-term cycles. If you want to know those, where Saturn is, where Pluto is, where Uranus is, where Neptune is, then I'll make a separate video on those. But do let me know. And now I will pick a card for you, Pisces. Okay, let's go with this one. It says higher power. I think Pisces, this month you are guided. You are guided. There's a higher power watching over you, and I think leave it to that higher power. It's not to say don't stop doing things and just take a backseat, no, but know that you're guided by something higher this month, some higher power, and that power is looking out for you, and be receptive to that. And this makes so much sense because there's so much energy in your 12th house, right? 12th house is the house of spirituality, connecting with the other realms, connecting with the higher power. So there's a lot of focus on that for you this month, Pisces. That's all I'm going to say. Do hit the subscribe button, do hit the bell icon, and I will see you guys in one of my other videos. Have a great month, Pisces. Bye.